welcome to Regan's Rants and Raves. My name is Ellie. I'm your hostess with the mostest. And today we'll be talking about, bitching about, ranting about, eating ass about 1980s The Shining. And I'm done.
Good intro.
And
That was
goodbye.
solid.
Yeah.
You barely talked about ass at all.
I had one ass moment. So The Shining, Alec.
Yeah. Okay, so before I start off, I feel I should make a confession.
I hate you.
That's okay. I can live with your hate. Anyway, this is my first time watching The Shining all the way through in one sitting.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not kidding you. Yeah.
Go home.
No.
No, go home. No, we're done.
So...
what?
Yeah. I've seen a lot of chunks of it before. I've seen a lot of, breakdowns of it.
The obvious scenes.
Yeah.
You know.
But this was my first time watching, from beginning to end, one sitting. So I went in to this with the knowledge of the reference of the movie, of the impact of the movie, but...
This movie's fucking iconic.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of boring parts of this movie as well, as I'm pretty sure you discovered.
It can drag sometimes,
yeah.
Especially for modern audiences.
I don't know if it was to create suspense.
Well, Kubrick is definitely a master of creating that, of really drawing that out. But also, this is our first Kubrick movie we're talking about.
I know,
wow.
Isn't that exciting?
Yeah. Stanley Kubrick, one of the most influential filmmakers of all time, famously perfectionist, famously very quiet about what his movies are about.
Which is good.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like, oh, this is going to be,
He's a visual filmmaker.
Yeah.
He wants the movies to speak for themselves. He had this one quote about one of his other really huge movies, 2001, A Space Odyssey. A lot of critics thought that one of the main characters was going to some fictional planet or moon because that name was dropped. But if a child was watching it, this is in Kubrick's own words, they would have known that they were going to the moon because the next shot is of the moon.
Yeah.
That's just the fundamental visual storytelling that Kubrick uses
for
his movies. So this movie, The Shining, has been endlessly interpreted and reinterpreted.
The "Here's Johnny" quote has been used in more ways than...
Yeah, just the...
And it only happened it was one fucking scene, happened one fucking time.
Yeah.
I think it was the delivery that really made it fucking, the "Here's Johnny."
Yeah.
I've heard it in songs, I've heard it in TV, films, it's just... Anytime you pop your face through a fucking door and that's not the thing that you scream.
Yeah. That's the impact that this
doing?
movie has. If you've never seen The Shining, when a character pops his face through a door and says, "Here's Johnny," or "Here's whatever fucking name that they want to use," because they're trying to be original with a derivative joke.
Shut up!
It's from The Shining.
Yeah.
That's how deeply entrenched this movie is in our cultural consciousness.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the most massive horror movies of all time because of that. Yeah. There's this quote on the cover of the steelbook that I have for this movie that calls it the first epic horror movie or something like that.
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
There are so many iconic scenes from this movie. There's a lot of period jokes that come out of this movie as well. Mm-hmm. And that's my favorite.
Touching on...
on a period joke?
Touching on the "Here's Johnny" thing again, a lot of people, modern audiences, wouldn't know, because it's something I had to find out growing up. That was a reference itself in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the Johnny Carson show, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Nobody who watches that now, if you didn't grow up with that, they're not going to know.
I know a know a lot of weird shit about classic like movies and like TV.
And like you grew up with classic TV too.
Yeah,
in
my
your
dad
household.
pretty ingrained it into me.
Yeah.
That these are the things you're gonna like, and you're gonna be well educated in, you know,
Yeah.
in all that stuff. The
You're
reason
gonna be
why,
a cultured piece of shit.
yeah, exactly. So the reason why I watched Gone with the Wind really early,
Mhm.
and reasons why fucking Bewitched is still one of my favorite TV shows. One of my all-time favorite TV shows is fucking All in the Family.
Mhm.
Like we're going back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's why The Shining was one of the fucking first horror movies that ever got shown to me.
Mhm.
Was first batch of horror movies I ever saw were the Frankenstein and the Dracula. When my
the Universal movies. Yeah.
my dad was a counselor when I was little,
Mhm.
and in his office, I remember very vividly that we watched it on a fucking laptop. All those original House on Haunted Hill and all of those beautiful movies that I now idolize.
Mhm.
Yeah, very early on. This was an early on.
Yeah.
The Shining was very, very early.
Yeah.
Probably way too early.
Maybe. I mean, that's
The Exorcist was way too fucking early.
The Exorcist.
I got shown that real early.
But like The Shining, like, so this is regarded as one of the scariest movies of all time. But of course, fear is subjective.
Mm-hmm.
There may be a lot of modern audiences who don't really find it that scary.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with The Exorcist.
Yeah.
It's one of the fucking scariest horror movies of all time. But if you show that to a kid now,
Yeah.
we're so desensitized to any of that.
Yeah.
And a kid's gonna laugh whenever they say the word cunt.
You're cunting, daughter.
Because in that time, you have to think those images were shocking as fuck. Because it hasn't been, hadn't been done.
Well, you and I rewatched The Exorcist like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
And I think that still holds up really well.
How many times are we going to talk about that in a podcast?
I still think that holds up really well.
Mm-hmm. I do too, but I do also understand, like, the movie's not fucking scary, and people tell me that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because they saw it, adults now, you go outside and it's a fucking horror show now. People dying on TV, and, like, actually dying on TV, and it's not gonna be as... Religion also is very different now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as... I don't know what to say there, but it's not like it doesn't have a mass audience anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, people actually thought that was something that was going to happen to them. That's what made that movie scary.
Yeah.
And then, possession, also, with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I consider it, I guess, being... I don't know, is it ghost or possession?
That's one of the things that people have been arguing about for 30 years, well, I guess almost 40 years with this movie, The Shining, yeah.
We're coming up on a fucking new...
next year, yeah.
Goddamn era.
We're going to have to buy a new steelbook.
Roaring fucking 20s, man. Should have waited to buy the fucking steelbook, then you could have got a fucking different edition.
Well, okay, so is it a ghost story? Is it a possession story? Is it just some dude going crazy? Like...
If you don't know, like, this movie can be very confusing.
Yeah.
I've never read this book at all.
Yeah,
I just know about what's in it because I've also done my YouTube weird holes at 4 a.m. of horror movie talks and book talks and stuff.
I mean, like, if you've got a fascination with it, you want to know more about it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the FBI has me on some kind of list because of all, like, the true crime shit I've looked up before.
Oh my god. So there are so many interpretations for this movie, so many ways to read this movie. One of the most pervasive readings of it is about the genocide of Native American culture.
Yeah.
But there's also a reading that this movie is Kubrick's confession for faking the moon landing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, have you not heard that?
No.
Really?
And I've heard a lot of conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Especially surrounding horror movies, because they're my favorite.
So, I know you know about the Indian thing.
Yeah.
I can't believe you've never heard the moon landing thing. Yeah.
No.
So, okay, so the basic gist of that is that, so, like, it has to do with, like, a lot of the room numbers in the movie.
Okay.
But also the famous carpet pattern, the shirt of which I'm wearing right now.
God damn it.
Like, the hexagonal shapes.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be what, like, the launch pads look like from an aerial view.
Huh.
And Danny, when he's playing with his fire truck, on the carpet before seeing the twins.
Yeah.
He's wearing a sweater with the Apollo 13 or Apollo 11 on that.
Huh.
So it's like hit the rocket taking off from the launch pad.
All of his homemade sweaters, by the way. There's something. Yeah. There's something in this movie. Anyways, keep going.
So yeah, that's a really pervasive reading of the movie, really crackpot reading of the movie, personally, I think.
Huh.
Because the moon landing did actually happen.
Yeah, no shit.
But Kubrick
a flag does not ripple in the fucking vacuum of space.
But Kubrick is a perfectionist, and Kubrick is was very quiet about what his movies meant. So why would he include like the Apollo 11 on Danny's sweater?
Yeah.
For stuff like that, and
maybe just to make us think.
Maybe. It could be. Maybe Kubrick believed that the moon landing was fake, and that was just him throwing his shit into his movie.
Maybe he's just fucking with you.
Maybe.
He knew it would, like, resonate and be like, this is gonna be a thing, like, 40 years from now. I wish I would plan that far ahead. But like I think he doubted that he played,
Like, there's a whole documentary about, like, like a full feature-length documentary breaking down how The Shining is about the faked moon landing.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I am not kidding you. Like, I'll throw up the poster for it sometime during this video.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think it's
called... I've heard a lot of conspiracy theories around horror movies. I mean, like the Poltergeist curse and like all that kind of fucking shit. There's a weird theory that Linda Blair the reason why she really never worked again after The Exorcist is that she got a curse on herself.
Yeah.
From fucking doing that.
But really, it's just because you worked on The Exorcist. We don't work with you.
And that's kind of shitty. And I'm really glad it didn't happen to Jack Nicholson, but it did happen to Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, well, Shelley Duvall, like...
She barely did anything. That's like her role. That's her main role. She was on a children's show that I don't remember the fucking name of.
Yeah.
She was in Popeye as Olive Oil.
Yeah, but this is really it, and after that, she really didn't work much anymore. And
Jack Nicholson fucking skyrocketed after this movie. Danny Lloyd also never worked again.
Yeah.
There might be something to be said in that.
I mean, he was just a child actor. Maybe he didn't want to do it when he grew up.
You know what? We could have fucking asked him.
We could have. We were right there.
We saw him.
And the twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are adorable in person.
They are.
Adorable.
Yeah. But as for Shelley Duvall, like, I could be misremembering, but I think the common narrative is that she was really kind of abused by Kubrick on the set of The Shining.
Yeah.
And kind of just driven crazy by him and by that movie. So that's why she never really worked again after.
That could be a conspiracy theory in itself.
It could be. Like,
because everybody wants to say, that it's the same thing. Again, I'm going to fucking bring her up again. Linda Blair.
Yeah.
That's another theory of why she never worked again, was because that movie ruined her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I mean, like, movies like this can be really traumatizing. For Linda Blair physically, too.
Yeah.
Like, didn't she get her back fucked up during that movie?
Yeah. Yeah. That's an obvious scene.
Yeah.
I don't have to fucking describe that. But
like in this movie, and it goes beyond the cast of characters too. It also goes to the crew. Like it's well known that the external shots were of an actual hotel somewhere in Colorado.
Yeah.
But everything inside the hotel was on a set.
Mm-hmm.
And
so that carpet doesn't really exist out there.
Yeah. And so the hallway sets, and this could just be popular folk legend for movies. But so big and so confusing that a lot of crew members constantly got lost in them.
Yeah.
So when even your set and your technical design is that psychologically manipulative, and also you've got one of the most perfectionist, do it right or I'll scream at you directors working on it.
I'm also the same way, so
I can't. Like, I would not blame Shelley Duvall for just being done with the industry after it. But
if he took such careful care with fucking Danny, though, why wouldn't you think that he wouldn't take care of her the same way? So I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know.
There's a lot of reasons for it, but let's talk about that real quick. Like, famously, Kubrick tried to hide all the horror elements from the child actor.
Like, he thought he was in a drama, right?
Yeah.
That's what it was?
I think so. And, like, he wasn't allowed to go to the premiere of the movie.
Aww.
And, like, Kubrick, of course, the parents had to do something with it, too, but, like, he shielded Danny Lloyd from this movie until he was, like, 16.
Yeah.
Just because he did not want him to know that he was in a horror movie.
Well, because a lot of those scenes are pretty, shocking.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for a kid to see.
But, like, those two young twins, hey, we're going to cover you in blood and guts. Just be cool. Close your eyes.
You can kind of tell, because I always knew that he wasn't in the same scenes as those.
Yeah. Because it's quick cutting.
You can kind of tell now that I know. I don't know if anybody didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
They would be able to recognize that too. But
yeah. Well, because, like, okay, so...
We're not going to shield the twins. It's fine.
So, yeah, no, like, those quick cuts of the twins dead in the hallway, obviously, you could make that on a different day, on a different location, away from Danny Lloyd. But also, like, getting him out of the bathroom before Jack Nicholson comes in with an axe.
Yeah.
Like, he's never... You never see Danny Lloyd in a situation where he's being endangered.
Jack Nicholson is fantastic in this movie. I could imagine being somebody that,
So you and I have seen, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners have seen, that behind-the-scenes footage of Jack Nicholson warming up for that door scene. Here's Charlie. Here's Johnny.
That too.
And it's incredible. Like,
he's a brilliant actor. He's always going to be one of my favorite actors. I know, and you're about to piss off a whole bunch of people.
I am. I'm about to piss a bunch of people off. So
he was perfect for this. He's perfect for horror movies.
He was perfect for this because he wasn't really... He was just being Jack Nicholson. And Jack Nicholson's crazy.
I don't know, man. See, I don't agree with that. I feel like that he knows exactly what he's doing, and I feel like he is acting.
I don't know. It's kind of like, I think he's a character actor, Like, he knows what he's good at, and he leans into it. Sort of like John Goodman,
I love John Goodman.
I love John Goodman, too.
I'm not
talking shit about John Goodman, but, like, John Goodman, he kind of plays the same thing.
He's America's dad. Stop it.
He kind of does the same thing in every role that he does. Because he's a character actor. He knows what he's good at.
I don't think that could be a thing. You think, I don't know. I don't think so. Pretty sure The Big Lebowski and fucking Roseanne are very different. I love Roseanne, even though she's a fucking psychopath now, but I loved that show.
The Big Lebowski. Let's go on a hour-long tangent about...
No.
Big Lebowski. No, but I just think Jack Nicholson...
Every kid from the 90s idolized that goddamn movie.
I just think Jack Nicholson knows what he's good at, and that's what I see in most of his roles. Like, that's why I don't like his Joker the most. Because it's just a Jack Nicholson role to me.
Shut up.
He
was perfect for that. He had a perfect face for it. He always looks like a clown. It's awesome. Shut up. You're wrong. He's great. Shelley Duvall's face is a lot to look at.
It is. So let's talk more about her.
Let's talk about her face.
Okay, so famously...
she looks like Twiggy. You know who that is?
I don't think I do.
It's not a bad thing. Twiggy was a really famous model. But she was those cow eyes. Her eyes made her iconic. The way she did her makeup made her iconic. And that she reminds me of Twiggy a little bit.
Okay.
Not just because she's really, really thin. But yeah, reminds me a lot of Twiggy. Other people will get that. It's fine. Just the only one that, it's fine.
I'll throw up a picture so I know what I'm talking. So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shelley Duvall. She has such a unique look.
She does.
And she was such an interesting pick for this movie.
Yeah.
Because she's not your normal glamazon, not your normal, because think about in horror at this point in time.
Yeah, we're right on the cusp of the genre, or the slasher genre really exploding. Yeah. And so it's just going to be hot, naked teens running around all the time.
Yeah.
Shelley Duvall.
Like Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Shelley Duvall is not a conventionally attractive Hollywood supermodel.
But yet she's not unattractive either because she's so unique looking. Yeah. That's what makes her attractive, I think, in my brain.
I can agree with you.
Yeah, you're not going to see another girl, except for apparently Twiggy, that looks like her. I might be the only one who thinks that. It's just in the eyes that reminds me of a very Twiggy.
Well, I guess I'll find out when I edit. So I think Shelley Duvall really is a interesting casting choice for her, because before this, she was really only known, I think Popeye came out before, and that children's show that she was on. Mm-hmm.
Hello.
I'm Shelley Duvall. So she's also an interesting choice because of how her character is described in the book. Mm-hmm. So famously, Stephen King hates this movie. For his own reasons. But I think one of those reasons is the casting of Shelley Duvall. Yeah. Because in the book, her character is...
Isn't she, like, beautiful and blonde?
Yeah, she's a smoking, like, curvaceous blonde babe. Because Stephen King likes his self-insert, and he can only be dating smoking, curvaceous blonde babes in his books.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's the thing, too, is that Jack Torrance is a self-insert for Stephen King.
Yeah.
Like the
he does that a lot.
Yeah. Like, this book in particular is about his alcoholism.
Not the cocaine yet. That was it.
But yeah, so he's not a fan of this movie. So much not a fan that in the 90s, he went out and did his own miniseries.
He did. And guess what? It fucking bombed. Bombed.
Yeah. Not.
It's not the miniseries it's not like the It miniseries. Yeah. This is a different animal, different breed. Yeah. And it's not... I've seen a bunch of comparison photos. Have you seen those that floated around?
I haven't seen comparison photos.
It's man. It's not it.
I watched a comparison of just the movie and the miniseries a few years ago. I think Nostalgia Critic did a old versus new video on it. And...
When did that miniseries even fucking come out? Did it come out around the same time as it? I honestly could not tell you. I don't remember.
I don't know. I'll throw the year up in editing.
We're not gonna look it up. Fuck it.
But that miniseries, because it was more controlled by King, it was more in line with the book, and there were some weird elements that Kubrick cut completely, like some shrubs cut into animals, like coming to life in the background, which is really weird.
See, there are certain times in life where it's a rare thing when the movie is better than the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this, I've never read the book, so this might be one of those moments. Because this movie, including fucking Shelley Duvall, no matter what the fuck Stephen King says, is iconic.
Yeah.
I could see where he could be... I mean, I could see the anger there because he came up with these characters and you did not,
Yeah, it's just...
You didn't represent.
It's a very understandable frustration as a writer.
I get it, but I also I understand why they didn't go that way. Mm-hmm. She looks normal. Mm-hmm. Like, to be a person you'd find out and about. That's what's cool about this.
That's what I love about Shelley Duvall and Jack Nicholson, is that neither of them are, like, conventionally Hollywood attractive, and so they ground the movie.
Yeah, it makes... Danny is a really cute kid, though.
Yeah.
So.
Fucking bowl cut.
I know.
Perfectly cut bangs. Perfectly frames his face.
Jesus Christ. But it makes sense for, like, the time frame that we're in, for him to have a haircut like that.
Yeah.
And she's so... her character is so sweet in this movie, and that's what makes... When he starts to turn.
Yeah. I mean, it's even before that. Like, that's the tragedy of her, is that she's so sweet and so forgiving of Jack. Yeah. Like, talking to that child psychologist in the beginning of the movie, like, you and I have grown up in a different time than audiences in the 80s.
Yeah.
Watching this movie. So, we've grown up with vast knowledge and huge mountains of data about abusers.
Yeah, and what that looks like, where it comes,
Yeah.
We do, and this is a different time frame where you didn't really leave your spouse.
Yeah.
And
but like just
they didn't, but you know what I mean.
Just how she's talking about,
like, it was so normal that he did that.
Yeah.
It was so normal, and she looked like the therapist or doctor looked horrified.
Yeah.
It was a doctor. Never mind.
She
looked fucking horrified, and we both laughed at that.
Yeah, because like it's it's like a long take on Shelley Duvall's face talking about what happened,
and she looks so uncomfortable, and then trying to downplay it.
Yeah, and then quick cut to the psychologist. She's like, "This bitch."
Oh my fuck!
Are you okay? We have resources available.
Yeah. Because if he has been this guy also for so long, it wouldn't,
Yeah, so, like, and that's kind of what leads into so many readings of the movie. Because in the text, he is a recovering alcoholic. He hasn't drank in, like, 5 months by the time the movie starts.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then combined with a possible case of cabin fever, or just ghosts, or a possession, shit happens.
Yeah.
Like he starts drinking ghost whiskey or some shit, or just completely imagining it, because there is no alcohol in the hotel. Like,
and they state that rather clearly, that they get rid of it all.
Yeah. Like, so the only way there could have been alcohol is if he brought it himself, which is possible.
It is.
But it's never really hinted at. So.
This whole movie is very confusing.
It is. It is. It's something that you can't really understand just on one viewing.
It is one of those ones. It is a multi-watch movie.
And even
that you can't really fucking understand the first time around.
Even after hundreds of watches, like you'll form your own understanding of it.
Confused.
Yeah. Like you'll eventually form your own understanding of it.
Because I feel like, what if he's been trapping other women? It's like the whole it's like some kind of like curse. He could be just trapping other women to get them there, kill them, and trap them also in the hotel, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like American Horror Story, where they kill people inside the hotel and they're all stuck in there.
Yeah.
Could be a similar thing.
Maybe.
And it just keeps. But like current Jack doesn't know that. That's what I always kind of.
Yeah.
In my brain.
Like talking to that server in the bathroom who was the previous caretaker who axe murdered his family.
Because he was just like, no, that was you.
I can assure you, sir, you have been the only caretaker.
Yeah. That's what made it more sense to me. I'm like, oh, this is like a continuing loop.
Yeah, like I think one of the most basic and therefore most like realistic interpretations is that it's like a reincarnation cycle.
It could be, because
he was in the picture.
It's also a thing, whether does he actually, like, is he conscious of what the fuck he's actually doing, or does he literally switch as soon as he gets there?
Yeah.
He just kind of, in his brain, just keeps thinking about this hotel. Doesn't really know why he's thinking about this hotel, but then he's got to work there.
Mm-hmm. Could be. So that was another big thing about, like, the descent of the character, was where he was before he got the job as the caretaker.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he had done before, but like he lost his job and was just doing like odd jobs just to get by.
Yeah, they never really explain that he was like a teacher.
Right. Yeah, he was a school teacher.
Yeah, and then it just
probably
kind of ended
because of the alcoholism.
Because the timeline matches up.
Yeah. So then he's trying to be a writer. Like that's his whole thing, is that he's trying to write this book in the hotel.
Because Stephen King has to shit himself on everything that he does. Which,
we love it.
Taking writing from your own life isn't that unheard of.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we like their stories. His
stories are...
Yeah.
Of what shaped horror for so long.
So far he's inserted himself into It.
Yeah.
Into The Shining, into The Dark Tower. Like, literally into The Dark Tower. Mm-hmm. Like, he literally inserted Stephen King into The Dark Tower.
Yeah.
Not some character who's supposed to represent himself. Literally him.
Mm-hmm.
He's done a lot.
Yeah.
And then he directed Maximum Overdrive. Okay, so I want to talk real quick about the actual, like, psychic phenomena.
Okay.
That is the namesake of this movie.
Yeah.
Because not too many people realize, but, like, most or all of Stephen King's works are connected.
Yes.
And
I've seen those theories.
Yeah. Like, they're not even theories, really.
Like, he has said that, yeah.
It's the Stephen King multiverse.
Yeah, and they say, anytime they talk about Maine...
Yeah. Maine is just fucking wild in the Stephen King's universe.
Apparently, we're missing something by not living there. It's just a rad old time.
The Shining, this psychic phenomena, is one of those connective tissues between the stories. Like, in the book for it's pretty much implied that the kids have the Shining in that. Yeah. Like, that's their psychic ability. That's what really connects them and how they can overpower it. Yeah. And
they don't say it like that.
Yeah, that's because, like...
It's just it's implied, though.
Yeah. Like,
but yeah.
That's because Halloran never shows up and says, you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
He just does it in every Stephen King movie.
It's called The Shining.
Just every single fucking one. Wow. This guy just keeps showing up and we don't understand.
Like Morgan Freeman in that one South Park episode. Yeah. Just drops in to explain why people are psychic for some reason.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Should just had it be Morgan Freeman. He would have been having a fucking
time. The new It movies kind of dropped the psychic angle.
They did.
And went more for, like, just wholesome, we're really good friends and we love each other and we don't fuck in the sewers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really glad that
probably a smart decision.
Yeah. We don't have to question why they didn't do
that. But that whenever another story that pops up for me is The Stand. Okay. There was an older woman in that story who was also psychic, and she was shining. Yes. There's a lot of stuff like that in that story, actually. But it's also kind of like the driving force of the sequel that just came out. That we're gonna go see tomorrow. Yes. And we have to see tomorrow because we bought the tickets. Yes. Is a grown-up Danny Lloyd.
Played by Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor.
Who can do no wrong.
Oh my god. No, he cannot.
He's kind of been searching the world for answers to this ability and to what happened when he was a kid. And running into people who also shine. Yeah. So I'm curious to see where that's going to go, especially with the titular Dr. Sleep character. Yeah. Because it looks really fucking dumb to me, personally.
This is also based off... That movie's going to be also based off of another book, which is Dr. Sleep.
Yeah. But I think canonically, it seems they're going to be going off of Stanley Kubrick's adaptation.
Which makes more sense.
Yeah. Like apparently they went to great lengths to recreate a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is very cool.
It is really cool. Like for the carpet, they had to keep on sending back what they got because it wasn't exactly right.
Because it had to be I understand. Yeah. Had to be fucking perfect.
The blood elevator.
You only get that shot once. Yeah. You only get that perfect take once. Yeah. So.
I think they digitally recreated that from a different angle. That's the story.
Because, it was originally so Danny Lloyd was smaller. Yeah.
He was a youngin'.
Yeah, he was a toddler child. Anyways, so it was at a different angle. Mm-hmm. And so this is, I think, is going to be in, like, Ewan McGregor, like, how tall it'd be from his eye view.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's where I got from that. The reason why they could kind of had to take their own liberties with how the blood splatter happened.
Yeah. It's just, you gotta admire the dedication to...
Yeah. That's a lot of work to keep a lot of horror fans happy. Yeah. Which, from what I've heard, from what you said, a lot of people are happy.
I haven't seen many critical consensus about it, even though it's been out for like a fucking month now. But it's not. I think so, yeah. But it's not really making that much money at the box office. Like it's kind of a dud. Horror movies typically struggle. Yeah.
Unless you're fucking It.
Yeah, or Joker, which is now $1 billion movie.
Oh my god, yeah.
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 The most profitable movie of all time. It counts, yeah.
God damn it.
No. So it's not really making that too much.
People keep saying it's a remake, and it's really pissing me off. It's a
really?
fucking sequel. Yeah, I've seen that a lot. It's the Shining remake. No, the fuck it's not, dumbass.
Where are they getting that from?
No, the fuck it's not. Because they're stupid. Because people are dumb.
Well, that could be part of the reason why it's kind of struggled at the box office.
Because people are fucking stupid?
Well, because the marketing campaign relies a lot on The Shining.
It does. Because how else am I supposed to get you there?
On the story?
But the thing, that's what, yeah, for, like, people like you and people like me, see a horror movie, I'm gonna go see it. Typically, if I have the money.
Yeah.
That or if it looked really fucking stupid. And the trailer didn't look really stupid, and also Hugh McGregor's in it. I got really excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how they're gonna get people in. Is ooh, hey, this is about The Shining. You need to come see it. Look, there's the carpet. Look, there's the little fucking kid on a tricycle.
Yeah.
Look.
I mean, like, it's just another installment in this age of weaponized nostalgia and marketing.
Yeah. It's where's my new horror that isn't shit?
Yeah.
Where's the new ideas, man?
Well, we've got Ari Aster and Jordan Peele really skyrocketing as new auteurs in the horror genre.
There is that.
So we've got a lot of really good new blood.
But that nostalgia kick, man, is like really kicking in. And I understand nostalgia makes a lot of money because people reminisce about the good times when they weren't really that good anyways. The 1980s were not that good. Mm-hmm. Look back in history. It's not.
Or like...
the 70s were so great. Maybe not. No, probably not.
60s were awful.
60s were awful. The 70s were like the whole decade of the serial killer.
Yeah.
Was
and cult killings and
Fuck yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Like that shook up an entire... And so, yeah. I don't know. And then the 90s were so great. They weren't that fucking great. You're just remembering...
There wasn't that much vaporwave.
You're just remembering, like, Tamagotchis, which weren't... Yeah, they were the 90s.
Yeah, they were the 90s. Yeah.
Thin eyebrows, which aren't good. Stop doing that. Stop it. My eyebrows are ruined forever because of the fucking early 2000s. I swear to God. Nostalgia isn't that great. I don't know why that this has become a big trend, but it makes people feel better seeing things they've already seen before, Fuller House, seeing things they've already seen before and done in a shitty way, and then realize, wow, why is this bad?
Yeah.
I will explain to you why this is fucking bad.
It's because
it's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
Disney remakes.
Mm-hmm.
Or live action remakes.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't that good. No fucking shit it's not going to be that good. Your heart's in a different area.
Mm-hmm.
Dumbasses. All of you.
Or to, sometimes nostalgia can be very effective and sometimes it's very misleading.
Like references to movies.
Yeah.
And like...
But to bring up an effective example recently that pivots away from horror, you and I have really gotten into The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And the familiar imagery of Yoda, but as a cute little baby...
Has shaken up the... shaken up me?
Shaken up the entire internet.
Fucking internet.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into that debate now. We are not.
But had that little baby been any other creature that it wasn't a familiar kind of image, it wouldn't have been as effective. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe my counteroffer is, remember that weird part of It?
Which weird part of It?
It Chapter 2.
Oh, the music? Yeah.
And
Don't Call Me Angel.
It was the referencing. It's like a Deadpool thing that didn't belong there. You were just
literally out of nowhere.
You were just trying to grasp something.
Yeah.
That's my counteroffer.
Or just
where it's bad.
Or just the entire, It movie, like the first movie, working on 1980s nostalgia, also coming off of the success of Stranger Things, which is also based entirely on 1980s nostalgia.
Yeah, of the group, like gangs.
Yeah, so like there's a lot of factors that go into using nostalgia as marketing and as a basis for your product.
And I agree with you. Sometimes it can be effective, but also sometimes it really just pisses me off.
Yeah. We
want new ideas, and we've seen it before. We've seen it done beautifully before the first time around. I don't want to see you butcher it. Yeah.
Like so that's where like the confusion kind of comes with The Shining and Dr. Sleep, I think, is because The Shining it did so much, not just for horror, but for filmmaking as a whole.
Yeah.
It impacted the genre, impacted the industry
yeah.
and the art, and it's never been the same. The Steadicam was invented for this movie. It's a staple of common filmmaking.
Yeah.
And it didn't exist before this movie.
Yeah.
There's a whole featurette on my Steelbook edition about that. But like so it's almost like there's no reason to reference it so much that you're really banking on it with your marketing and with your new product in Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, just throw in Red Rum and show me what your story's about.
Just show me. You give me a little bit. Show me like the carpet and then Ewan McGregor on the carpet.
Yeah. And then I'll go see it. But
could you imagine if it just would have been that?
Oh, yeah.
You imagine, like, the lead-up of the carpet, and you see Ewan McGregor, and then the blood doors, and that was it.
What if?
Trailers give too much shit away.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it's a big pet peeve I have. I wonder how many references we're going to get.
I hope they really hold themselves back on it. Because
I wonder if they're going to explain all the questions that we have about the movie.
I don't know. Like, it's been out for a month, and I haven't seen, like, anything about it.
I mean, I've been trying to avoid them, but I haven't been trying that hard.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much.
Yeah. It's just not that many people have seen it.
Not a lot of people fucking do this with horror. That's not it.
Yeah.
Because we saw a lot of it with it.
Mm-hmm.
Saw a lot of it with fucking, like Get Out and all that kind of stuff. Like the real, like, hype.
Yeah. Get Out had so many discussions about it. I'd love to cover that sometime.
I can't wait. Now, what's your favorite Stephen King movie adaptation? Because there's like Carrie, Cujo, Misery, Stand By Me, I could go on.
There are so many. So I'm just gonna like leave it out of the equation because that's too easy.
It is too easy.
Yeah. Do miniseries count?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
that's
go.
Kind of like a long ass movie.
I'm gonna go with The Stand.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like I like the scope of it. Like I'm really all about like apocalyptic fiction.
I like Carrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That because of the psychological aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just about abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about abuse, and then she turns into like either a witch or like whatever the fuck you want to.
Just a souped up version of The Shining.
Yeah.
Psychic abilities.
Essentially.
Yeah. That's it.
I fucking love Carrie. Remake Carrie was bad. You should feel bad for doing that. Sorry, I did not like the fucking remake.
I did not see the remake.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
I believe
it's almost the same movie, but just worse.
Yeah. Any last things we have to say about The Shining?
I mean, I love this movie.
Mm.
There's no doubt about it. It has boring moments,
but they're important.
But they need to be there.
Yeah. Like there's it's a very tight movie.
Yeah.
But also slow. But everything that's in there is supposed to be there.
There's a reason for for everything being the way that it is.
Yeah.
But it is very slow.
Yeah.
And I've seen it a lot.
Mm.
I hadn't seen it since we rewatched it this week.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen it in like fucking 6 years since we had, maybe longer than that. Since I had yeah. Yes.
The last thing I want to talk about is just a really tiny detail, but excuse me, we both talked about it when we were watching it. Movie starts, sweeping shots of the mountains, very beautiful. You get the orchestral score.
Oh my god.
And again, this movie is so huge and so impactful for filmmaking and for horror. And
you have the most boring fucking
it's just
credits that I've ever seen.
Thin blue font just like scrolling up screen.
In blue?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't blend well. Like it would have been like different if it was like white or like in the same font. It would have been fine, but like blue?
Yeah.
And it was like a baby blue? That was weird.
It was really weird.
Stephen King's a fucking fascination with old ladies being scary.
Yeah.
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 That's it. That's just saying. Like that's a thing. And this movie really does really put that nail in that coffin.
Yeah. Also, briefly, we talked earlier about the impact the movie has had and the references that every other thing that come out since has made to it.
Oh my god.
But things that, like, sort of add on to it in a loving sense, what really comes to mind? What's your favorite example of that?
The memes.
Yeah.
The internet. Like the period jokes I've gotten.
Yeah.
Just because of that one, the doors.
Yeah.
I think that might be what the internet's done to Shelley Duvall is just a weird thing that I cannot not think about. Anytime I fucking see this movie and I see her face, I kind of giggle a little bit just because of the things that I've fucking seen and the jokes that have been made just on the fucking internet and what they've done to this fucking movie. That's the thing I always think about.
The thing that I always think about, there's two things now, I guess, but Ready Player One had a very extended sequence about The Shining, and digitally recreated a lot of it. It looked pretty neat.
Yeah.
I liked that it was like a video game, and it was also different from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that kind of adds onto it in a loving way, just because we brought up Jordan Peele earlier, Key and Peele did a skit about...
Oh my god.
Ain't you ever been shined at before, man? No, I grew up in a white neighborhood.
No, that's a good fucking skit. It's a really good skit. If you've never seen
all black men are on a Shining network.
God damn it.
Kobe in here? Yeah, man. Barack? Morgan Freeman?
It's a good fucking skit. But memes about horror movies always kind of get me a little bit.
Yeah.
They make me giggle, either making fun of them or idolize them in weird-ass ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I always think about, the period jokes that I've gotten. Shelley Duvall being just forever fucking on the internet.
Jack Torrance called his wife a cum dumpster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something I never noticed before.
I loved it.
The old sperm bank upstairs.
Yeah.
Screaming Peach rating?
It's a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, wow.
It's the fucking Shining!
It is, yeah. And it does deserve reverence and praise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of things, the only thing that I don't like about this movie is why pick that lettering? But it's not going to scale me down rating it, though.
Yeah. I think that's our first perfect 10 score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want that carpet in my house. I do not give a shit how much money it is. I want it in my fucking house. I don't care. It's ugly as fuck. But I want it in my house. I will at least have one room with that fucking carpet in it. I don't give a shit what I gotta skin. I don't care.
I'm going to keep that in mind. I'm going to surprise you with, hey, Ellie, I got some Shining carpet. And it's actually going to be the room 237 carpeting.
I'll kill you.
that
ugly fucking
really,
ass.
Like...
I think I would still like it.
Purple and green. I think I have to agree with you. I like, aside from the font
you can't
at the beginning,
not
like,
give it... What?
There's nothing wrong with this movie.
The only victim is a black guy.
There's one thing wrong with this movie.
Who's that?
He's the only victim of Jack.
Yeah, like it's the only like kill that you really see.
And then there's all the deaths before, like the twins and all the bodies found in the lobby. But yeah, no, Halloran is the only actual victim.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe So
I don't know what that says. The internet, do something with that. But
my Screaming Peach rating, I gotta agree. It's a perfect 10.
It is. It's The Shining.
It's The Shining. It's in the title. The Shining.
Yeah. Lit.
By Stanley Kubrick.
God damn it. All right. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to a Peaches and Scream podcast. My name is Ellie, and please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe.